Once upon a time in a faraway land, there lived a little robot who went by the name of Sparky. He was a cute little robot with blinking lights for eyes, and his whole body was made out of shiny metal. But what Sparky lacked in looks, he more than made up for in enthusiasm and energy. You could always find him zooming around the kingdom, delivering messages, and collecting data for the king. One day, the king needed some time alone to relax after being busy all morning. So, he asked Sparky to go to the moon and schedule a meeting for him. A meeting? Where am I supposed to schedule a meeting? Asked Sparky, confused.
The king explained that he wanted to have a secret meeting with his best friend,
King Bob of the neighboring kingdom, and he wanted it to take place on the moon. But how am I supposed to get up there? Asked Sparky. Don't worry, little robot, the king said. I've already taken care of that. Your job is just to schedule the meeting. And with that, the king handed Sparky a device that looked like a big silver platter. This is a moon cycle. It will take you up to the moon and bring you back safely. Just be sure to set the date and time before you leave, the king said. But unfortunately, when Sparky looked at the device, he saw that it was blank. There were no numbers or letters, no buttons or knobs. All he saw was a large red dot in the middle. How am I supposed to know what date and time to set? Sparky asked. But the king was already gone, and so Sparky had no choice but to go out into the world and figure it out all on his own. As he zoomed through the streets, he noticed a group of kids playing hopscotch, and he stopped to ask them, "Hey kids, can you help me figure out which date and time to set for this moon cycle?" At first, the kids were too busy playing to pay any attention to Sparky. But then, one of them stopped and turned around. "Why do you need to go to the moon?" she asked. "I have to meet the king there," replied Sparky. "It's a secret mission," the girl gasped. "Ooh, a secret mission!" she exclaimed. "Well, if you want us to help you, we'll need some kind of reward." "What kind of reward?" asked Sparky. "We want you to give us a tour of the castle," she said. "You know, show us where the king lives and where he keeps all his treasure." "Deal," said Sparky. And so the kids hopped off their game and followed Sparky back to the castle. When they got there, the king was nowhere to be found. But luckily, Sparky knew exactly where to look for him. He took the kids through a secret passageway behind the throne room and out onto the castle walls. "This way," he said, leading them to a small tower. "The king usually comes up here whenever he wants to be alone." And sure enough, as they approached the tower, they heard the king talking to himself. "Ha ha ha ha," he was saying. "That'll show those pesky wizards. They'll never expect it." As soon as he heard footsteps, the king stopped talking and turned around. "Ah, welcome," he said, trying to sound casual. "I didn't hear you come in." "We wanted to see if you needed any help," said one of the kids. "Help? With what?" asked the king. "With your meeting on the moon," said the girl. "We were hoping you could tell us what date and time to set." The king suddenly became very nervous. "Oh, right, the meeting," he said. "Well, I actually forgot all about it." "Forgot all about it?" the girl exclaimed. "How can you forget about an important meeting like that?" The king tried to explain, but the girl wasn't having it. "No excuses," she said. "You're going to tell us what date and time you want your meeting, and then we'll help Sparky set the moon cycle." The king thought for a moment. "Well, I suppose I do have a meeting to get to," he said finally. "How about 3 p.m. tomorrow?" "Perfect," said the girl. And with that, she ran off to find the others, and they all raced back to Sparky. "I think I know what time you need to set," she said breathlessly when she got there. "Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, right?" Sparky asked. "Yep," she said, and she showed him how to set the time on the moon cycle. Then they all piled into Sparky's rocket ship and blasted off towards the moon. As they flew, Sparky couldn't help but feel a little bit bad about tricking the kids into doing his work. "Do you guys really want to go see the castle?" he asked. "Of course we do," said the girl. "But you tricked us into helping you, not the other way around," Sparky said.
"Oh, it's too late now," the girl replied with a smile.
"Besides, we made a deal, and deals are deals." Sparky felt a little bit better after hearing that, but he still couldn't shake the feeling that he should do something nice for the kids. And so he decided to give them each a small robot of their very own. "Really?" the boy asked. "Yep," said Sparky. "I need them anymore, because I am getting a new upgrade that will allow me to talk to humans." And the kids loved their new robots. They named them Boop and Beep and they had so much fun playing with them until suddenly, "Whoa, look at that," the girl said. "We're almost at the moon." Sure enough, the moon was just a few miles away, looking beautiful in all its glory. Sparky set the moon cycle down on its surface, and the kids gasped in amazement.
Wow, it's even more amazing than I thought it would be, the boy said.
"Now we just have to wait for the king," said the girl, checking the time on her watch. "It's almost 3 o'clock." As if on cue, the king appeared out of nowhere, looking very embarrassed. "Sorry I'm late," he said. I got lost on the way." "That's okay," said the girl. "We were just getting started." She and her brother spent the next hour showing the king and Sparky all the cool things they could do on the moon, like bouncing really high and pretending to fly. Then they built a snowman out of moon rocks and had a snowball fight until it was time to head back home. "Thanks for coming with me, Sparky," the king said when they arrived back at the castle. "No problem," replied Sparky. "I had fun, actually. I'm glad I got to spend some time with you and your friends." From that day on, Sparky and the kids became the best of friends, and every weekend they would take a little road trip to the moon to have fun and play. They learned so much from each other and had so many amazing adventures together. And Sparky realized that sometimes the best rewards aren't things at all, but the friendships and memories you make along the way.